Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the 2024 legislative session is finally over as the Commonwealth reflects on the Safer Kentucky Act. And one school is upping security with a state-of-the-art lock system.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:30 on Tuesday, April 16th. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. 63 in the night vision mode. You can still tell it's going to be a beautiful start to our day here across Eastern Kentucky. If you love summer, you're going to love the prospect of where we're going to top out temperature-wise today. Average high for middle of April is at 70 now, and the record high for Jackson today, 87, previously set in 2002. We could be tying that this afternoon. A pop-up shower and thunder shower threat today. Looks like we could still have a better opportunity tomorrow before we trend cooler, but also wetter as we round out the work week. Temperatures vary across the Commonwealth this morning, from near 70 at Jackson versus the mid-50s at Middlesboro, Jonesville, and also near 59 at Irvin. Waves of clouds continue to come on in from the west. Yes, there's additional activity as you cross the Mississippi, but it looks like for today we just run the risk of seeing a pop-up shower or thunder shower. Otherwise, it's partly sunny and feeling a little bit humid on and off through the day. A forecast high later this afternoon, hazard up to 85. More about that first alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
Tim, thank you. An Eastern Kentucky prosecutor has resigned after his arrest Friday. Scott Blair's attorney, Ned Pillersdorf, confirmed Blair's resignation as the Commonwealth's attorney for Perry County, effective immediately. Attorney General Russell Coleman called for his resignation last week. This comes after Blair was accused of doing favors for criminal defendants in return for meth and sexual favors. Pillersdorf also says Blair waived his right to a preliminary hearing and will remain in jail for the time being. He is charged with honest services wire fraud. Blair served as Commonwealth's attorney since 2019. We have an update to a story we first told you about last week. We now know the name of a person found dead in Lee County, Virginia. The medical examiner identified the man as 44-year-old Jerry L. Wheat of Ewing, Virginia. Wheat's body was originally found in a wooded area near ATV trails along Valley Springs Road in the Rose Hill community. And Kentucky State Police are asking for help finding an inmate who escaped last night in Madison County. KSP says 38-year-old Lewis Jones walked away from the Bluegrass Career and Development Center in Richmond late Sunday night. Jones was serving a sentence for theft, criminal mischief, and arson. Anyone with information on Jones can call KSP Post 7 in Richmond at 859-623-2404. Kentucky lawmakers wrapped up their work for the 2024 legislative session. House Bill 5, also known as the Safer Kentucky Act, was signed by the Secretary of State yesterday. It was passed Friday by a veto override. Now opponents of the bill are calling on prosecutors and judges to use discretion. The bill includes sweeping changes for criminal justice and spells out more punishment for repeat offenders and those who use guns in crimes. It has garnered support from families of crime victims.
We're just wanting to save families. You know, our family has been through so much with the death of my sister, and this law we feel is going to be the step in the right direction.
Opponents of the bill say they also fear it will end up increasing incarceration costs for much of the state. And the Kentucky General Assembly concluded its session without advancing any anti-LGBTQ+ laws. The Fairness Campaign says advocates defeated 10 bills aimed at restricting the health, rights, and well-being of LGBTQ Kentuckians. Among the defeated bills were House Bill 47, which targeted local LGBTQ fairness ordinances, Senate Bill 147 focused on restricting drag performances, and Senate Bill 239 concerning a conscience clause for medical workers. Despite some bills making progress, none were signed into law. And lawmakers in Frankfort passed a bill that looks to improve Kentucky students' math scores. House Bill 162 would create a new test for 4th through 8th graders to take. Students who fell would then receive an intervention. Teachers would also receive additional training and support to help students struggling in math. Kentucky's Board of Education officially has a new commissioner who's spent his career in Eastern Kentucky. The Senate approved Robbie Fletcher to take over the role. He has served as superintendent of Lawrence County schools for the last decade. During Senate hearings, Fletcher stressed the need for schools to offer a safe environment where students are nurtured and provided a quality education. Fletcher will begin his new job on July 1st, and his contract is through 2028. Administrators with Harlan County High School have installed a new door lock system. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox talked with their police chief about how the system works.
It is a new safety feature controlling access to the school.
Every exterior entrance and every single classroom at Harlan County High School does have a new lock that is managed electronically and with a key card or key fob.
Administrators can set the keys to different settings depending on the situation in real time.
If we need to revoke someone's access, we can revoke it immediately. If we need to add access, we can add it. We can customize who has access to what doors, what times they have access to what doors. And we can also electronically monitor who's coming and going.
The system also has a lockdown feature in case of an emergency.
That will allow the locks to disable any of the other cards used on there. So if someone did get access to a card some way, then that would not allow that card to use and only allow designated cards that we have available.
School resource officers will also possess keys giving them access to each room. Students can also get a key when needing to leave.
The teachers will have hall passes. These hall passes will have an access card in that as well. So if a student's going to the restroom or having to go to the office or something, they'll be able to let themselves back into that room they came out of.
Cope says administrators can text a key allowing access as well. In Harlan County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Administrators say they are also planning to install a weapon detection system. Cope says those will be installed in the beginning of May. Yesterday began Work Zone Safety Awareness Week in the Commonwealth. Kentucky transportation leaders want to make sure drivers and workers alike are doing their part to keep everyone safe. The state saw a spike in work zone incidents last year. Now highway supervisors are stressing the importance of safe driving so everyone can get home safe.
And the kinds of people that we have out there, their mothers, their fathers, brothers, sisters. Our office is very dangerous. It's the roadway, because I want to get the job done, but I want everybody to go home.
This year, road crews will get extra training specific to their work zone, teaching workers to use tools like rumble strips, crash cushion vehicles, personal protective equipment, and more. And we have a traffic alert to pass along in Perry County. Transportation cabinet officials say Kentucky 2022 will be closed for much of the day on Thursday. The road from mile points 0 and 0.2 will be closed from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. due to it being repaved. This is between the Kentucky 484 intersection near Saul and the Owsley County line. Paving will continue on Friday, but the road will be open to traffic.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. Let's get you out the door. Temperatures do vary from the mid upper 50s into, yes, the upper 60s at Jackson. It's 66 at Moorhead, 56 at Ashland, and it's 58 as you make your way back toward Harlan. The satellite radar composite, waves of clouds continue to move across the Bluegrass State early on this Tuesday morning, so we end up averaging out to having a partly sunny sky as we head through the day. Our producer Rory's going right now. Hold on a second. I thought you had to do surgery on the travel cast. Think of it as kind of like doing potholes. Partly sunny this morning on the drive into work. Yes, some of us will need the visor and the shades, and there is the risk of seeing a shower or thunder shower pop up as we head through the afternoon. Nothing to be concerned about. A forecast high today in Hazard up to 85. By the way, 87 in Jackson. That would tie the record high previously set in 2002. More about your first alert 7-day forecast, how we cool down at the end of the week. Coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
Thank you, Tim, and thanks for joining us. The time is now 6:40. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Efforts to de-escalate as international pressure grows to ease tensions after Iran's weekend attack on Israel.